Hey guys, Buff Game back today, bringing you a video for our weapon conversion series, and today we're covering the brand new assault rifle here in Season 4, the CR-56 AMAX, and converted it into the IWI, or the Israeli Weapon Industries ACE 31. So we'll go ahead and show you how to build this from scratch. We'll jump in game, check out the recoil patterns to see how it handles in game against bots. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So here is our final design for the IWI ACE 31 variant of the weapon. Now, first off, how do you unlock this weapon? Let's go ahead and back out, and I'll go to my actual multiplayer, and we'll go to the Battle Pass. So this is unlocked at Tier 30 of the Battle Pass. You see here the CR-56 AMAX. So here you can see the weapon as it is, comes unlocked. Comes with actually a base. It looks like an 11.5-inch barrel compared to some of the other attachments we have on this weapon. But again, unlocked at Tier 31 in the Battle Pass here for Season 4. So let me go ahead and back out. We'll go back to our custom game where we have this pre-built. And we'll go ahead and select it here. Sorry, IWI ACE 31, or the Israeli Weapon Industries, formerly known as IMI. So here's the final design. Let's go ahead and strip this weapon down. Now, we're going to skip out on the muzzle for this particular build of the weapon. The barrel here, again, as I said, at base, it comes with a 11.5-inch barrel, just about. And then we have the other attachment here for the 11.8-inch squall. So it's about the same length as the base barrel, which does not come for the 7.62x39 variant of this weapon, which is strange. Again, this is typically what we see in COD. They kind of mix and match some attachments so we can make some different variants. But for the ACE 31, we're going to go with the FFS 8.3-inch intruder barrel. This is the shortest barrel that comes with the weapon. This is going to assist with the ADS speed and the movement speed. The cons, obviously, are going to be the bullet velocity because we have a shorter barrel, as well as the recoil control. So we'll go ahead and select that. Now, in real life, the barrel length on the ACE 31 is actually going to match this at 8.5. So just a little under here in game, but again, pretty much a spot-on match. Now for the laser, again, this is going to be personal preference on this. I really had an extra slot to kill, so I decided to go with the TAC laser. I think it looks pretty nice on this weapon, and it handles pretty well also. So TAC laser, again, this is going to assist with the ADS speed, aiming stability, and the aim walking steadiness. The cons here are going to be the laser is going to be visible only when you're ADSing. So again, just be careful about where and when you're ADSing, and you should be fine there. Go ahead and select that. Now for the optics, since this is utilizing the Russian AK mag style variant of this weapon, there's a couple different. IMI actually has its own variations of the magazine, and then this is obviously the AK type magazine. Either can go in this weapon, but since we're going to be using that, I'm going to go with the Viper sight, or in real life as it's known as the Cobra, which is just a Russian red dot sight. Again, this is just personal preference. You can select whichever one you want. So the pros here, precision sight picture, cons, ADS speed, just because of that extra ADS, or excuse me, the extra weight to the weapon. But again, we're mitigating all that with that TAC laser, which is good, and the short barrel. So go ahead and select the Viper optic, or the Cobra in real life. Now for the stock on this weapon, I'm actually going to go ahead and select the FTAC Spartan. So this is very similar, if not the exact same stock we see on the M4 carbine that was released with the Modern Warfare 2 Remastered bundle. And this is basically the standard stock attachment that we see on the 30 series of the IWI ACE rifles that fire in the 7.62x39mm. So this is going to assist with the aim walking movement speed. The cons are going to be the aiming stability for this weapon. So go ahead and select that. We're going to go ahead and skip out on the perk and the rear grip, as well as the ammunition, because again, we're going to have that base 30-round AK style magazine of a 7.62x39mm. And we're going to go for the underbarrel. So again, to help control the recoil on this weapon, I'm going to go with the Merc foregrip. This is going to help with that vertical recoil the most, even over the Ranger foregrip for this weapon. And the vertical recoil on this weapon, or the recoil in general, is just basically straight vertical with a slight deviation to the right. So this is going to be the ideal attachment in my opinion. So this is going to assist with the recoil control, as we said, and the hip fire accuracy. Since we have a shorter build or a barrel of the weapon, it's going to be mainly used for short engagements, or CQC almost. So we're going to want that hip fire accuracy when we need it. The cons here are going to be the aim walking movement speed and the aim down sight speed. So we'll go ahead and select that. And that is our final variation of the IWI ACE 31. So a lot of you may, if you played Battlefield 4, you may remember some of the variants of this. So I think we had the ACE 23 and then the ACE 21, as well as the ACE 51 or the 52, which was a carbine variant which fired the 7.62x51mm. So this is going to be the 30 series, again, which fires the 7.62x39 Russian round. So this is the final design for our IWI ACE 31. Now, really quick, some things to note here. If I just go ahead and back out, there are a couple different ammo conversions here. We obviously have the 45 round magazine of the 7.62 by 39 millimeter, which is kind of that banana type AK mag. But again, this is a FFS style magazine, which is custom to this game. Then we have the M67 10 round magazine. So this is going to be a higher damaging penetration round for the 7.62 rounds. So those are the options for your ammo conversion here. But again, since we do have the AK style magazine, we'll go ahead and preview this again. So IWI basically went to all the countries that had the old AK-47s and the AKM models that were basically failing, and some of those countries may have even had some of the old Galils. But basically they gave them these weapons to say, hey, this is an updated version, has Picatinny rails, nice and modern, and guess what? You don't need any magazines. It's going to take your standard AK or your AKM magazine, which we have there, that standard AK magazine. And IWI also has their own custom straight type magazines that go for the 30 series as well as even some of the 20 series. So they have their own unique magazines, but again, these are interchangeable with AK magazines. Now, some things to note that are different from the real life version. We have the fire select switch here on the left-hand side of the rifle, which is slightly different than in real life. There's a bit of this is kind of closer to the AK style that we see on the more modernized AKs, but this is one of the variations, as well as there's a more simpler variation of that select fire switch there. Also, it's ambidextrous in real life, so we don't see it here in game, but there is basically a little switch right above the pistol grip that allows you to use your thumb to move it back and forth, which will in turn move this on the left-hand side or the right-hand side to select the fire from safe to full auto to semi. So that'd be on the left-hand side here. You could use it with your thumb, or you could use it AK style here on the right-hand side. So in real life, it is completely ambidextrous. We have the charger handle there. And then obviously the magazine release is in the same spot as the AK, same as the old Galil that a lot of you guys remember from the Black Ops series, most recently Black Ops 4, I believe it made an appearance. So it's kind of hard to see. You have the paddles right there underneath the trigger guard where you would release the magazine and then pop that new magazine into place. So also we have the top standard mounted Picatinny rail system. And then you can see just some personal gripes here. From the images I would have shown you on screen already, you'll see we have the Cobra or the Viper sight here. I think that's in a good spot. However, I would really like to see, even with the AKs, the option to move this forward more above the gas block, which we can do on AKs too in real life. I think that'd be a cool cosmetic change to the weapon. I'd like to see that going forward. And then just a personal gripe with the laser here. I don't like this cannon mounted laser. We covered this on the Vector build we did yesterday. It's the same type of laser there, and they do this on some of the guns. But since we have that top mounted Picatinny, I think it would have been much nicer and aesthetically pleasing if they had put that laser light that we see on the M4 and some of the other ARs on top here on that Picatinny mounted rail. But again, that's just splitting hairs, just a personal preference there. But again, this is the final design for our ACE 31. Now, really quick for the camouflage, just so you guys can see how this looks. It's going to cover everything but the magazine, the optic, as well as the grip that we have here on the weapon. So you can just see how some of these look. I have a few of them unlocked. But again, only the ones for the standard spray paint, nothing for woodland yet, so you guys can see. But again, that's how it's going to cover. I prefer it in straight black. I think it looks nice there. Same with the Vector. Nice standard black finish on the weapons. Looks pretty cool. So again, that's the final design, our ACE 31. Go ahead and preview this, and we'll go ahead and jump in the gameplay here. You can see the recoil on this weapon is going to be basically, as I said, straight vertical, which is where that Merc foregrip is definitely going to come in handy and assist us controlling that recoil. And it's going to go basically straight up and to the right. So you just got to be able to mitigate that a little bit with that Merc foregrip and pull down basically straight down. And just be conscious, it's going to go slightly to the right, but it's really not noticeable. The recoil itself is basically straight vertical. So you don't really need to overcompensate. Just utilize that Merc foregrip and pull down slightly, and you guys should be fine. There's really no horizontal recoil on this weapon, so that's why I'm going with the Merc foregrip over the Commando foregrip for this particular weapon. Then we'll go ahead and jump in the gameplay. So in real life, again, as the gameplay is playing here in the background, first off, my impressions of this weapon, I've used it a little bit in multiplayer, and especially I've used a lot of the attachments here just in custom games against bots to get the hang of it. This is definitely a really good weapon. I think it performs as it should, as more of a updated, modernized type of AK, which is what the Galil and the ACE are really derived from. And I think it performs really well. It has a slightly faster rate of fire, less recoil. So this is really going to be the go-to option over the AK, since we still have that old rustic AK-47 in game, instead of giving us an actual AK-12-15 platform or even a 107 that has the recoil compensation system on there. This is our next best option, I believe, is this ACE 31 and some of the ACE variations that we can make, which we'll do in some future videos. But it has a bit of a higher rate of fire than the AK, and the recoil is much easier to control, making it a much better weapon. I think the attachments on this complement the weapon very well. So again, we'll jump out to some stats here for the real-life weapon. So there's a lot of different variations of this IWI ACE. They really kind of made this weapon in all flavors. It can fill a role of multiple different calibers, so it comes in 5.56 by 45 NATO, the 7.62 by 39 variants, which we're covering one of them here, the 7.62 by 51 NATO, as well as the 5.56, or excuse me, the 5.45 by 39, same as the AK platform for the 5.45 series. So they really made this in all different calibers. This has been in service. The ACE itself has been in service since 2008. Obviously, its predecessor was the Galil that we saw in previous Black Ops series. So this is the ACE. Again, this is just the enhanced version of the Galil, essentially. This has been in service since 2008 through present. It has a bunch of different users. Mainly, it's the main assault rifle in the People's Army of Vietnam, Colombian Army, and Colombian Police, as well as the Chilean Army. So, and then obviously civilian use as well. So it's been utilized in the Colombian conflicts, Mexican drug wars. The designer, again, is IWI, formerly known as IMI. The variants of this weapon, again, we'll cover this in a second. It comes in many different variants, mainly being, we go through these, it's a pretty big list, and these come in all different calibers. So we have the 5.56 by 45 variants of the weapon are going to be the ACE 21, the ACE N21, the ACE 22, the ACE N22, the ACE 23. Now the 7.62 by 39 variants are going to be the ACE 31 and the ACE 32, and then the 7.62 by 51 variants are going to be the ACE 52, the 52L, and the 53. So, a bunch of different variants for this weapon. It comes in just about all calibers. The rate of fire on this weapon in real life is going to be 680 rounds through 880 rounds per minute. The muzzle velocity is going to be from 600 to 915 meters per second, or 1970 to 3,000 feet per second. The effective firing range of this weapon is going to be 300 to 500 meters, or 330 to 550 yards. The feed system, again, is a detachable box magazine, anywhere from a 35 to a 50-round Galil magazine for the ACE 21, or the 20 variants of the weapon, so that'd be the 21, the 22, and the 23. It also comes in the Stenag magazine variants for the ACE N21 and 22s. And then, obviously, we have our AK magazine variants here being the ACE 31 and the ACE 32. And then for the 7.62mm by 51, there's a 25-round magazine that's custom for those variants as well. And again, that's 7.62 by 51, so that's the 52 and the 53 variants. And then obviously we have those top Picatinny rail-mounted iron sights that are built into the weapon on those top Picatinny rails. We see the rear optic is removed when we put on the Viper or the Cobra sight here on this weapon. So again, for the ACE 31, just to reiterate, that's the build we're using here. So the barrel length in real life is going to be 8.5 inches. Here in game, we have an 8.3, so it's just about spot on. The same handguard design and everything, so it's really a very accurate depiction of the weapon in real life. The length in total is going to be 29 inches. The length retracted with the buttstock retracted, because there is a telescopic buttstock on a lot of these variants, is going to be 26 inches. Now, the weight unloaded is going to be 6.61 inches. So, obviously, this is a shorter variation of the ACE. But, again, this is actually the ACE overall is for the 23 variant. Is the other variants are lighter than the original Galil, because they use steel with reinforced steel mixed with polymer for a lot of the parts to just reduce the weight of the weapon. Now, the ACE 31, as I said, it takes that standard 30-round AK-style magazine. So, when they were selling these and advertising them, they said, basically, hey, look, the benefits are it's an updated rifle ready to go, and you can use your old AK magazines too. So, and you have all the ammo for it. So it was pretty much an easy sell for a lot of these countries that they were giving this to. Now the muzzle velocity again on the ACE 31, which is what we're using here, is 600 meters per second, or 2,000 feet. And the rate of fire in real life is going to be 680 to 800 rounds per minute. So basically, as I said, an enhanced version of the AK, and I think it handles much nicer. You can see here in the gameplay, it's actually a lot of fun to use, especially with the different attachments that we have on this weapon. I had a lot of fun using this, especially in multiplayer. I think it handles really well, and there's a couple different builds that I'm going to be doing for this that handle really well. I'm looking forward to using this in Warzone as well as some other game modes as well. So go ahead, comment down below what you guys think of this weapon. Have you unlocked it yet? Have you used it? What do you think of it? What are your favorite attachments, and what kind of builds are you looking forward to use in Warzone? So I'm going to probably be leveling this up mainly for multiplayer this weekend to get this thing ready. I have a really good Warzone design that I can't wait to use, so I'm really excited for that, as well as with our Vector here too. So I'm going to try and basically run those two in overkill to fill two different roles, which is going to be a lot of fun. But Let me know down below what you guys think of this weapon, what you think of Season 4 below. And also, I'll be doing the giveaway, so I need to announce that in an official video. I'll probably be doing that tomorrow, and it's gonna include this video and the Vector video from yesterday. So be sure to stay tuned for that. I'll be announcing that tomorrow. I need to plan out the actual details, but essentially what we're doing is giving away, I think I'm going to do 3 or 4 gift cards this time since we're approaching 20,000 subscribers also. So big thanks to you guys. I didn't think I'd ever reach that, but we did it really quick. So if you want to stay in touch, have any questions, the social media links as well as Discord are down below. Go ahead and check those out. Also be sure to check out the live streams. I should be doing one, I think, this Sunday. Got to get back into that. But again, let me know what you guys think of the ACE 31. What's your favorite IRL build of this weapon? What attachments you like to use? And then also let me know what kind of blueprints and things you're looking forward to for the rest of Season 4 and maybe even into Season 5. I think there's some really good blueprints that are still to come. There's a lot of milsim operators that we got here with Season 4, which I'll be doing an exclusive video on that this week. And I know some of you requested that, so we have our updated milsim operators, which I'll be covering in a video. We had some really good bundles in the store, and the Battle Pass is also pretty good this time around. So I'll be covering all that. Let me know down below what you guys think of everything, and stay tuned for more content to come for Season 4 and going forward. So I'll leave you guys with the gameplay for this. Again, this is Buckner Gaming with the IWI ACE 31. And until next time, Buckner Gaming, out.
We're winning this. Keep it tight.
Enemy in the center.
This is Jaguar 3-0. Personal radar is bingo fuel. Recalling to base.
Mission accomplished. Top marks.